Hello Sagittarius and welcome to your November 2023 readings with me. If you're new to my channel, please do subscribe. So let's get started. Let's see what's in store for Sagittarians, Sun, Moon and Rising this month. And before I start, a very happy birthday to the late November Sagittarians. May God bless you abundantly and protect you and take good care of you and fulfill all your heart's desires. So let's get started. First week, Sagittarians. What have you been doing? You've been fighting. What have you been fighting, my dear Sagittarius? You've been fighting someone. You've been fighting with yourself. You've been fighting your emotions. But it all seems to be quite internal and to some extent external also. Okay, so you are going to be dealing with some kind of a conflicting situation in the first week, my dear Sagittarians. This can be something regarding your own inner state. It can be something regarding your health. It can be something regarding what somebody has said and done. So there can be a conflict, there can be a verbal conflict, there can be a very heated discussion also. That can happen at this point of time. For some of you, it is an administration hassle that you have to go through a lot of paperwork. So you don't like that paperwork, but you have to do it. This is what I see, my dear Sagittarians, for you in the first week. I also see for some of the Sagittarians, this can be something regarding money matters also. You're finding yourself in a rather tight corner or something that you forgot to pay and now it has come as a fine and then you have to pay it. This kind of things also I see. So my dear Sagittarians, all I would like to tell you is that this is a passing phase and don't hold on to something that is painful, because our feelings are, whatever hard feelings, whatever feelings of unforgiveness or pain that we hold on to, the longer we hold on to them, the longer they will cause the damage. So set it free, and then things will just work out for you. It's like that. You can't keep on holding on to something which is not good for you. Okay, you have to just release those kind of oppressed and suppressed feelings that you have that are negative, and always cultivate good feelings inside of you, because those positive and good feelings only take you to more fulfilling experiences in life. This is what I would like to tell you. So just beware of any kind of conflicts that arise and don't play the game of conflict, please. Because in that, you are going to lose your energy, my dear Sagittarians, okay? And even for Saggy students, don't get into any verbal fights with your teammates, nothing doing. Just, focus on the reservoir of strength that is inside. And, what do you do when you don't have enough water? For example, you're traveling in a place and you have just one bottle of water, and you know that for very long you won't be able to buy any water on the path. What do? You try to use this as much as possible, but you use that water bottle very carefully and in a way that it can sustain until you find another water bottle where you find the water. So it's the same thing about our energy also. If you're going to just spend it, later on what do you have for the whole month? So just be careful in choosing your battles, my dear Sagittarians, okay? You are interested in changing your life, in manifesting a life that you want, my dear ones. So I have made a manifestation class. This is a 7-day class and I invite you all on this manifestation class. As a child, I was always manifesting and I didn't even know that this was called manifestation. I used to just get what I wanted just through those techniques that I will be sharing in this manifestation masterclass with you all. And I'll be sharing the spiritual side of manifestation that I feel nobody speaks about, and that is extremely important to know, my dear ones. So the link is given below and I invite you to this manifestation masterclass that can change your life. Then we go to the second week. The second week is all about communication over here. Most probably you are communicating with someone. You are networking with someone. I see Sagittarius more on the internet. I see them on their phones. I see them online offline communication is taking place at this point of time. For some of the Sagis, it is getting a lot of information regarding their particular work project. For Sagittarius students, it will be regarding your particular seminar, your presentation. So you are, doing a lot of browsing to get more information and working and going through books also, taking notes, all these kind of things are happening. So it's a lot of communication energy. Or you might receive some communication also that is very important in the second week. For some of you, you were waiting for some kind of results, some kind of test results, for example, and that you will receive. It can be an interview, it can be a medical result, it can be something regarding a bank, it can be from an estranged lover or a friend, that you will get some communication in from the second week. Then we go to the third week, my dear Sagittarius. Third week is asking you to be more spontaneous, to be more creative. Get out of your shell. Get out of your house. Go socialize. Go speak to people. Do something. Okay? It's telling you go and share your ideas with people. And this is what is going to, it is going to bring you positive results. Okay? Sagis, I know, can have that tendency of one-track mind. It's like this. Because my father is also half Saggy, half Scorpio. So I know Sagis pretty much well. When he's in that Saggy mood, it's very difficult to, present your ideas, because it's really like one-track mind, Sagis can be like that. So what you have to do, Sagis, is that you have to see that the world is like this. You can't just all the time be like this. You can't be too rigid on certain things, because what is rigid breaks very easily. Know that. Flexibility is the key. And the third week is all about being flexible. And it's all about being spontaneous. It's all about being creative. What is it that, unleashes you or makes you feel happy, my dear Sagittarius? In the third week, it is all about that, my dear Sagittarius. Is make yourself happy. Do something creative in your work, the way you work also. It has to be so nice and creative. I mean, find new ways of doing the same work. Sometimes when I get bored, cooking the same recipe is so boring. So I'll try it differently. And then, wow, it's fun also, And it gives good results also. So try to be more and more creative in doing the same things but differently. All right? And this is how you get happiness out of routine, because you break that routine. Okay? And this is what the energy of the third week is telling you. My dear Sagittarius, do things differently. Do the same things, but do them differently. If you don't have a choice to do different things, do the same thing differently. All right, my dear Sagittarius. And for Sagittarius students also, your creativity has to be unleashed, and that is going to make wonders for you, my dear Sagittarius students also. And I see a lot of work energies also here at this point of time, and you can get your work done very, very well. And I see the next 3 months are going to be very, very important to you. When I'm speaking about creativity, when I'm speaking about expressions, this is coming in the coming 3 months. But I see that if for some of the Sagittarius who are into creative fields, you'll do pretty well, because this is a wonderful energy for creators. Okay? And then we go to the last week. Now the last week, Sagittarius are going to be busy, busy, busy. Okay? And beware of sharp objects, please. Otherwise, you might have accidents with sharp objects. Some of you might undergo some minute medical intervention. Okay? Most probably it was meant to happen, and it was long planned for, and now in the last week of November, some of the Sagittarius will undergo some kind of medical intervention also, a small one also it can be. For some of the Sagittarius, it is a time to get back to work, get back to, focusing yourself back and getting results. For some of you, you might be a bit sharp while communicating. So just be careful of how you communicate. I've been telling this to all the signs actually, that if communication is right and people express themselves openly and nicely and try to understand each other, we won't have wars. We would find solutions, right? We would find peace. It's all about the quality and the type of communication. Communication is the key to everything, okay? And we all are holding just locks in our hands. So there are few people who have the good communication skills who can, bring about wonders, because only that can happen. I mean, imagine when fights take place, when fallouts take place, when divorces take place, when separations take place. What happens is that two people are just speaking and speaking and speaking, or one is not speaking at all and the other is just speaking. And because of this, imbalance in communication and the way expression has taken place of words, or not has not taken place at all, then what happens is that it goes into a loss situation. Okay, and win-win situation is only possible when both the parties, whoever they are, at work, at home, in sentimental life, with friends, both of them sit and listen to each other, what each has to say, instead of just waiting for their turn to speak. Okay, and try to understand. Okay, judgment is not the good thing. The thing is, understanding is the key. When you communicate, a person communicates in order to be understood. Okay, and for some of the people, well, it's silence, and that's not good. Okay, because silence will never solve any problem. It is the worst thing that you can do. All the time being silent, you can't solve any kind of problem. So you have to know that in the last week, you might become a bit sharp with some people, and that can ruin your good relationships. So just take care of that. And as I told you, be careful with sharp objects, and that also means your sharp tongue also, okay, because it might cut people's hearts also. So just be careful about that, my dear Sagis, okay. And all in all, I see the last week is all about work and all about getting what you want regarding your work. Okay. So this is what I have for you, my dear Sagis. So first week, yeah, there you need to be careful, however. All right, my dear Sagis, know that challenges come. They don't come to put you down. They just come to see how strong you have become, how strong you are. Okay. And we are all here to learn. So we can't expect bed of roses. Well, roses have thorns. That's how it is. When you touch the rose petals, they are so beautiful, they are so soft. But then, in order to hold the rose, you have to be able to deal with the thorns also, which can make you bleed also. So that you have to know. And life is like that, okay? So we can't expect everything like, wow, goody, no. And that would be so boring, no? We need ups and downs, and this is how, like the ECG goes on. Right, my dear Sagis? So thank you very much for listening. Please do like, share, and comment. And I shall see you next month. Until then, take good care of yourself. Bye-bye. God bless. Bye.